The shrimp from 5 million years ago is really not like ordinary shrimp. Not only does it look strange, but it's also said to be a top-tier meal connoisseur on Earth. It just loves going out to eat at parties anytime. Even the anglerfish is startled. Oh my, it's like headlights in front, making others uncomfortable. And if it's foolish, it also brings along rescue gear. It's just like putting on a show. 3 insects must leave the canyon to survive. They have to gamble to survive. Looking down once more. Oh my, there's definitely something wrong here. Why is there smoke coming from behind? The monster that loves to party swims fast, heading straight, but the insects know how to turn, causing the monster to spin around, unable to catch them. Seeing the insects in a dead end, it thought the opportunity had arrived, but the opponent turned into a small ball. The monster caught it, bit it once. Thankfully, it didn't bite hard. Otherwise, its teeth would have broken. It's not an insect, but a rugby ball. Angrily, it threw it to the ground. What a waste of emotion. This useless thing. The insects in the forest saw the monster leave, immediately returning to their old form and continuing their joyful journey. Do you know why they're happy? Because they're about to escape single life. Do you see the group of insects in this forest? They can choose their partners freely, with nothing to worry about. Crabs and lobsters must call them great-grandmothers. 40 million years pass, and these insects in the forest begin to evolve. Their exoskeletons may be simpler, but their cunning has increased a lot, so the monster behind them is not pleased. Before eating, it says, "I am the ancestor of octopuses and squids. Just call me the king of legs." Go ahead, what's with the 8-meter hat? What makes you a big shot? I think you're just a piece of garbage. Upon hearing this, the monster immediately became unhappy. You're quite humorous, even if you hide in the rocks. Don't forget I also have tentacles. I just need to pull you gently. There's no need to exert myself. Don't waste your effort anymore. You can't catch me. It seems I should just give up. The 3 insects are happily smug. You're just a meal. What are you doing here? Trying to act tough. What the insects didn't expect was that the other shrimp were so weak. And when they encountered the king of legs, they were easily crushed into pieces. Heroes don't mention past glories. The king of legs is now the ruler of the seas. The Oranda sea turtle looks on in amazement. Oh my! So many fragments falling to the ground. What a waste! Seeing this turtle, I was surprised. Is this the ancestor of turtles? Still hasn't evolved to have legs and a neck. It looks quite interesting. Back then, why did animals all have shells? Was it to protect themselves? What will they evolve into? But then 20 million years passed, and they faced a great challenge. The earth suddenly became cold. The water froze completely. At first, everyone found the scene beautiful. Oh my, the water looks like it's blooming. But just a few days later, the animals were completely frozen. Seafood and sea urchins covered the ground. Due to the CO levels dropping by 60%, the Earth went through the first mass extinction event. This ice age is expected to last 200,000 years. At its peak, nearly half of the Earth was frozen. Animals had no choice. They could only live in the deep sea. For example, the nautilus, a distant relative of the king of legs, thrived in the deep sea environment. As for the king of legs, to survive, it soon gave up its crown, evolving into various shapes. From then on, octopuses and squids completely separated, becoming increasingly strange, and their appearance more unusual. At this moment, the spider crab spoke up, "Hey, do you remember me? I am the ancestor of the anglerfish. The ancestor of the anglerfish is me, the 3-clawed bug." How interesting. You truly are a strange transformation. You should bulk up a bit. See that shrimp over there? Its whole body is glowing blue. It's easy to recognize. We just need to hide in the sand and wait for it to come close. When we see the shrimp coming closer, it will immediately jump out and attack unexpectedly. After finishing, it quickly returns. Fearing its disguise isn't good enough, it even uses its claws to bury itself. Thanks to this ability to hide, it has fed well during the Ice Age. Time passed, and 444 million years ago, CO gradually recovered, and the ice finally melted. These animals no longer had to hide in the deep sea. This period lasted another 70 million years, and the Earth entered the Devonian period. Vertebrates became the rulers. Don't irritate them, because they are the descendants of the orander turtle. Its name is Dunkleosteus. Looks like living off others can also lead to growth. Just need to be persistent. This time it's fine. It grows to 9 meters long, plus fighting in groups. It surely became a model for future sharks. Just then, it spotted a large group of rocks. This one looks a bit like squid, so tempting. It opened its mouth to eat, but the squid had its own tricks. It jumped to evade. With its automatic jet system, it accelerated instantly. This made it feel annoyed. It devised a scheme and decided not to bite anymore. The squid noticed it starting to spin, so it spun along too. When the squid seemed off guard, it quickly ambushed, sneaking into its blind spot and lunging with force. After biting, it suddenly exclaimed, "What is this? Can't bite anything at all." Seeing this, the mother opened her mouth and picked up a piece. What's so difficult about it? Just a simple crunch, crunch. But they didn't expect that. Around 360 million years ago, plankton began to cause chaos. They multiplied crazily, turning the blue ocean into green under the sunlight. The seawater completely became a stinking pit. Microorganisms began to decompose, gradually reducing the oxygen level. The dominant creatures quickly turned into corpses. Farewell to all. This was the second mass extinction in the world. Of course, today we are only discussing a small part. For example, the famous saber-toothed tiger, woolly mammoth, and many other ancient creatures are yet to be mentioned. Hit follow to stay tuned. I will update gradually. Oh, did you know that the Earth was not blue at first, but yellow? That was when volcanoes erupted everywhere, and the atmosphere was replaced by volcanic dust. There were no living organisms. Later, the plankton in the sea couldn't stand it and began to absorb sunlight and photosynthesize. Plankton gradually released oxygen. Thus, they emitted oxygen for 2 billion years. Perseverance helped the Earth become a suitable place for animals to live. No one can deny that. The enduring spirit of plankton is truly admirable, persevering for 2 billion years doing something simple. If I had to do it for 20 days, I would probably go crazy. So admirable. The story ends here, wishing the audience to always be innocent and naive.